And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular at the producer tier. Rachel.
Yes.
You want to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Chris Soanes. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Rachel.
Yes.
How many top secret documents you got on that desk?
Well, I don't keep them on my desk. So
Where do you keep them?
None. Oh.
Just like in the hallway to the pool?
Keep them in the cabinet with the dishes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I keep mine underneath the sink in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because sometimes I just pull them out and use them to, like
Oh, no.
you know? It's important. That's the thing. We don't really have an intro planned, so I was just kind of spitballing here.
Mm-hmm.
How's your life been? Let's do some existential intros.
Some stuff's been kind of stressful with like the move and everything.
Right.
But some other stuff has been really, really good. I've been really happy lately.
Aww.
Yeah.
Rachel,
Yes.
how do you feel about Halloween?
I love Halloween.
Of course you do, white girl. I know you love Halloween.
I love Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Do you like to dress up for Halloween?
I like to, but I haven't in like years.
Why?
Because I never go to like parties or anything. Like it's always just been like me by myself.
Oh.
At home.
Oh, sad.
So it just feels weird to like dress up for something when it's just like me hanging out
Yeah.
at home. You know?
Well, what about giving candy to kids? You ever like throw candy at those little shits outside?
Yeah, but at my last place it was out in the country, so I didn't get any trick-or-treaters.
Oh.
But I'm in town now, so I'll probably get candy for them.
I want to put it in one of those potato guns and just fire it at them. You know what I mean? Before, like, think of it like one of those zombie games where like they rush a like central location and you and your team have to like shoot the zombies before they get to you. And the central point will be the stairs, and then you just have to hit them with the candy before they get up there to make them turn around. Right? Headshot. Right.
So if I don't even know what day Halloween is on, but if I do pass out candy this year, maybe I'll dress up a little bit. I do like dressing up for stuff, but I never really get the chance very often. But like in a couple weeks I'm gonna go see Ghost in concert, and like I planned out my outfit for it because I'm really excited. So I think it's fun to do that. I need like a reason to.
You should dress up like a priest or something like that, or a priestess, a nun, and I'll dress up like a demon, and so you can answer the door to hand candy out, and I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. You ever try to? The only part of Halloween I enjoy is fucking around with the kids, like messing with them. I want to throw candy at them, like not even like put it in the like bucket or whatever. I want to throw it at them. Right?
Yeah.
Like really get like an overhand.
I always liked the I remember when I was a kid, sometimes we go trick-or-treating and some houses would have like a dummy, like a full-size dummy with like a mask, and the candy bowl was like on the table next to them. But sometimes the dummy was like actually a person pretending to be a dummy, and they would wait for you to get up and get the candy, and then they jump up, and that was like so terrifying but so much fun.
They had people that would put a hole in the bottom of the bucket, right? And then put their hand underneath the level of the candy, so when kids would reach in and grab it, it'd grab their hand.
Oh no!
And they freak the fuck out.
I never saw that.
Oh, it's great. And they have ones where they put stuff in the yard, like they make it look like graves or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they have people will lay underneath these kind of like blankets that look like leaves.
Oh.
Or like dirt. and they'll just lay there. So when kids are approaching, they're focused on the candy, and there's like these gravestones they don't not paying attention to. They walk up there, and then you jump out from under the blanket. Really, it's about the terror, right? It's about the terror.
That's fantastic.
I'm not a fan of kids. I don't really like them. I get that they're a requirement for society to continue.
Right.
But if there's a holiday where it's socially acceptable for me to behave the way I want, throw shit at them, you know, make them shit their pants,
yell at them.
Yeah. Great. You know what I mean? Make it so that when they go home and they don't go to sleep that night, they're just like, he's gonna feel bad. I'm like, yeah.
Right.
It's like when you ever gone to a birthday party for someone and for their kid or whatever, and you have to like bring a toy or something? You ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been roped into that crap. Wow. Always get a toy that makes a lot of noise.
That's what I did.
Right, so that way they don't invite you back.
One time,
like, this motherfucker is bringing fire trucks and shit.
I did that one time. My friend's like son had a birthday, and so I brought him like a big tub of sidewalk chalk, but I also brought him like I think it was like a fire truck, so it made a ton of noise, and like the lights flashed and stuff, and like he got it out and he like immediately ignored the chalk and started playing with the fire truck. And like it started making all these like siren noises, and the dad just like looked at it and then just like stared at me.
I got one of those touch pads. It's sort of like a speak and spell. It's got the little buttons on it, and each one of those buttons plays like this DJ scratch or beat, right? So it's like a beat machine for little kids, but all the noises were so fucking obnoxious. And I was just like, and there's no way to cancel them out. There's no off button or anything. It just has to play through.
Oh my God.
And I was like, this is the best thing, because not only will they press a bunch of buttons and then they'll have to play all the way through, but on top of that, the battery's like molded in, so you can't take the battery out. You have to just fucking break it, which is best $20 ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is good shit. Proud to say I haven't been invited back to any. I'll make an example. Yeah. So what happens in this episode? Oh, well, don't tell us what happens. You're about to listen to it. What's the name of the episode?
This episode is Dragon Heist, episode 70. I saw that you changed the name of the episode.
I told you I was gonna.
Last week.
You wield your power for evil. I will wield mine for good. Thank you.
So, Dragon Heist, episode 70, Operation Cracker Drop.
Cracker Drop?
Yep.
I don't remember any of these jokes. These are perfect.
You suggest this title in the episode.
Cracker Drop?
Yeah.
Huh. Cracker Drop?
Yeah.
I'm trying real hard. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll figure it out. I hope it's funny. Sounds funny.
Yeah.
Okay. To the episode.
All right.
So to your point, I just pulled up a random food blog. Let's see how long it takes to get to the actual recipe, shall we?
God.
How many pages?
Yeah, this is the very best chocolate cookies from pinchofyum.com.
Pinch of yum.
Pinch of yum.
Pinch that dick.
So we start off with a very nice picture.
What? Pinch that dick? You say pinch that dick? What? What?
David, I don't think that's a saying. At least as
I don't think that's.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think that's like a common like pun that you can make.
Pinch that dick, bro. That is such a weird thing to say. That's like,
I'm tired.
It's the greatest.
It's not working right.
It's the greatest non sequitur of all time. Oh God!
Pinch it.
Pinch of dick.
It's like you go to a hooker and she's like, "You want to have it?" He's like, "I want you to pinch it. How much for the pinch? How much for the pinching?"
A pinch of dick and a smattering of ass. There
I think
you
it's
go.
funny because no one would blame you for getting crabs if you get your dick pinched.
Oh God! You know what? I can't even outdo that now with my blog rant. Oh, it's just there you go. Pinch, just don't. Oh God!
Oh, hey, that proposal art I did. They said yes,
Oh, nice. Awesome.
and they're holding up the thing and kissing. Oh,
Aw.
adorable. That's cute.
Yeah. Well, it was really good of you to be able to help them out with their
I was
their
gonna
proposal.
murder a motherfucker at a Staples. That would have been a weird proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it, but weird.
But then like they could like you send them your mugshot and instead of you holding like the thing that has like your name and stuff on it, it's you holding the art of the proposal for them.
I would just draw a picture of myself pinching my dick. Penis. Is this a thing? Who said that? Oh, it's course.
I like the fact that it's
Oh God.
What? Oh.
What is this?
I like the fact that it's referred to as a professional maneuver.
It's like Spock's, except for Cox more like the Vulcan dick pinch.
Oh God.
I feel like we've all had a very stressful week and now we're just insane from it.
Yeah.
Decompiling.
Yeah, decompiling and decompressing, yes.
And now you can slowly decompose. Oh man, it's good. It's good to be able to goof off. I like
is.
this. I like that. I think these parts should stay in the game. I'm a firm believer that they should stay in the game. Speaking of firm, pinch. Give him a little pinch. Sorry, Rachel. We'll try to aim,
I'm sorry,
aim this away
Nate.
from the cockularity.
As much as we all needed that laugh, I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Dick pinch. God, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about before that. It was so funny.
Cookie blogs. How we went from cookie blogs.
You
What
guys
was the
ever
name
have-
of the? It was the name of the.
It was the
cookie
name of
blog or
the-
whatever.
Pinch of yum.
Yeah.
You guys
The
ever have
problem is-
chocolate pie?
What?
Chocolate pie.
What about chocolate pie?
You ever have it?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like
like,
chocolate.
like French silk pie and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There's like the white and light brown and dark brown.
Yeah, I've had something like that.
Yeah, I like kind of swirled. I got like chocolate chips
Mhm.
and stuff on the top
Mhm.
sometimes.
Is that what you're eating right now?
No, I mean Rice Krispie treat.
Okay.
Anyway, I have some of that in the fridge, and I've just been
Ooh.
thinking about it a lot. Sorry. I just wanted to bring it up. I didn't know if it was a thing that was like common because
Mhm.
I'd never had it before. And then after I moved down here, it's like in all the grocery stores. I don't know if it was like a regional thing or if it was just me not being aware of it.
Mm,
But very good.
I don't know. In the South, I think they'll make a pie out of anything.
They will. I hate nut pies. Those anything that has nuts in it, like the pecan pie. Do you guys like? I bet Rachel,
the what?
you like
Like the
you
what?
like pecan pie, don't you?
I
Like the what?
literally told you I ate a pecan pie last week. So
Did
you
I-
know
did
that
I-
I do.
Did I shit all over it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It sounds like me.
Yeah, it does sound like
Yeah,
you.
I can't stand pecans simply because my parents, the neighborhood that I grew up in,
They were attacked by pecans when they were
no,
young.
there is a pecan tree in my parents' front yard. I swear to God, has to be 60 feet tall. It is a massive fucking pecan tree, and it drops pecans all over the place. So we always had sacks and sacks and sacks of pecans trying to get them away, and my mom would want to try and put them in everything, and it's like, no, pecans don't belong in chicken fried steak. No, they don't. Sorry, they just stop it.
Have you ever tried putting them in stuffed shells?
No, I have not done that.
You
I have
should.
not
You
done
should try
that.
it.
But you know what? What would make them even better would be if you put a little egg in there.
Ooh,
You know,
that sounds
the
good.
The hubris on these white bitches is staggering to me. It's just mind blowing that they think they could just do this with reckless abandon and get away with it. You know, it'd be real good if we put some raisins in there. We put some raisins in there, you won't even know they're there. So why are you putting them in there? Because I want to. Because I want to sneak them in there.
Because I've got
sneak them in there.
I've got some left over. I've been trying to get rid of them.
It's not a recipe just because you put something stupid in it. Like, it's not your recipe now if you copy pasted another person's recipe and then added fucking one shitty thing. I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to hijack culinarianism, like from people that have cooked their entire lives. They're trying to hop in there, add some fucking, like, I don't know, beets or something, and now it's theirs.
Well, it's like if you've ever,
Gross.
if you've ever read a recipe and you go down to the damn comments, someone's like, well, I did this and it was great, but I took this and that and I substituted this and the other thing. And it's like, well, then you didn't follow. I mean, at that point, it's not the dish.
So why'd you put your comment here? Why don't you find one that did what you did?
Yeah, create your own fucking blog.
Yeah.
Put it on pinchmydick.com.
A pinch of cum. Sorry.
Okay. Well, that's 25 minutes of unusable material. So
Yep.
You know how bad that would have been if we were playing Bardic Company. That would have gone all game.
Yeah, that would have been 25 minutes of usable content. Would have been 25 minutes of content. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
That's more accurate.
Okay, I'm gonna put away all the crunchies and the stuff I'm eating. You and that live over there. Okay. All right.
You made me swallow wrong shit.
There you go.
Pinch your dick.
Yeah, I know that will help.
just to get the color back into it, you know.
My esophagus is not like a turkey baster. You don't squeeze one in and get the. It doesn't work that way.
Have you ever well, we should probably. Where were we?
Yeah.
Where did we leave off? Let's just
You guys
at least
left off
pinpoint
at a
where
vault.
we were.
You guys were about to exit the vault. You guys were going to come up with a plan to draw out the mind flayer, and you guys have recruited the dragon to your cause,
Right.
which left me for the last 2 weeks trying to figure out how the fuck or what the fuck you guys are going to do. I'm sitting there been like later for like 2 weeks, like, I really can't predict this one.
Well, I think the one thing that we should definitely do is get both of the dragons to disguise themselves as me, dress themselves up as me, and then go around doing good deeds so that I can look like I'm very, very important in the city. And then I'll use that influence to run for mayor. And once I'm mayor, I'll reduce the interest rates across the city, spurring on big business and small businesses to develop into large businesses, increasing the minimum or the what, I don't know. I did not sleep with that woman. It was a lie. Oh my God, they're gonna try to throw me out of it's cancel culture, I tell you. Don't take vaccines. Oh shit, this got away from me.
Yep.
All right, what was your plan?
Well, we know that Victor was able to get into the vault because he basically snuck through with us when he was invisible, right?
Right.
And a Misty Step Scroll.
And a Misty Step Scroll. Now, the issue is that if we leave the vault, we don't think we can get back in unless we have Lord Neverember come back and let us in, right? Because we wouldn't be able to.
He gave us a thumbs up that we allowed, and the dragon that was in there guarding it's with us now, so he's like probably a good vouch for our.
Well, I mean, I don't know I don't know how the treant works.
Well,
So-
he checked with the treant before, right? The dragon kind of did a mental, if I'm remembering correctly, he did a like kind of mental check with him to make sure he was still there, and
I'm trying to recall. I know he did a thing where he like either deactivated or activated something where it shut things down.
He pretty much vouched for you to the Trent.
Okay, so we can leave, we can come back.
Right.
So at this point, it sounds like set a trap and
But
swing it when the
he'll
mind flares.
know in our minds whether or not we set up a trap. So didn't the
Technically,
dragon...
two of you he can't read.
Who are the two?
Well, you're you have a condition that prevents you from being read,
Right.
and then the stone on Nate.
Ah, that's right.
So we just don't tell Rachel.
All right. Well, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. You have a good game.
No. Oh, she's so sad. It's probably all the egg. It's just the egg is gone to her head. Now she's all, warbly from the stuff
Well,
with egg.
It's not that we don't have to tell Adri. It's just that Adri can't be present when we acknowledge, and set things up.
That's true. But she could be with the dragon doing the other side of the mission, correct?
Right. Well, I mean, the other side of the mission, I assume, is just setting things up wherever we're going to spring the trap, which I assume is down here in the vault, right?
It seems safe because that's a location that the mind flayer would not know about.
Yeah, that's true.
The mind flayer hadn't been down there. Nobody had been down there.
So he had no way to access,
and he'd have no way to prepare for the types of things he would see once he's in there. He doesn't know the layout. He doesn't know. Strategically, from a military point of view, the best place to throw an ambush is on unfamiliar ground where the enemy would not be able to prepare or make any arrangements ahead of time.
Sure. So it sounds like you and I should go up to the surface and start things up there, and Miss Adri and our dragon friend here should potentially start setting things up down here. Your little artificer toolkit thing with your lightning bolts and your mail stealing capabilities and everything. What
Actually, the mail thing is just me. It's not even
it's not even a
anything I
tool.
have. It's just me.
It's a natural gift.
What do you got in your arsenal that might help us?
I mean, I have that snare spell.
The upside down trap.
Mm-hmm.
That worked like a dream the last time.
Yeah. I figured out how to heat metal from a distance, which I'm really eager to try out.
How hot?
Hot enough to hurt who's ever wearing it. But I don't think he's wearing. I don't think the mind flayer is really wearing metal.
What about if we dropped a cage on him, and then you heated the bars so he couldn't bend them or get through them?
And he just stands in the middle of the cage and does mind stuff at us.
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't considered the mind stuff.
Could we convince him to wear some kind of metal headdress? Tell him that it's.
We get a clamp and we pinch it on his dick. Edit? Maybe. I don't know if we're keeping the beginning in, but edit. Why headdress?
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if you had something metal on his head and lightning bolt over here started cooking his brain, maybe that would weaken him or distract him from being able to do the mind flayery type things he likes to do, making it easier to maybe, I don't know, subdue him and get rid of him.
We could blow metal filings into his face. He would breathe them in, and then she heats them up.
The snare.
That's a total Kavir plan.
Yeah.
A professional plan. He's like, we're going to get him to slowly eat metal filings for the next 10 to 15 years. And then we're going to heat them up. He'll have the hottest poop of his life.
We're gonna get a big Acme magnet and drag him around. The snare spell only keeps what? It hangs them upside down. Is that how that works, or it just locks them in place?
So it hangs them upside down. And
but they'll still do brain stuff upside down.
Yeah, I mean, he's not unconscious or anything. It's just sort of holding him physically in a place.
Doesn't do as much good.
Is there a way that we can disrupt any of the medical books or monster kind of dossiers that I had received from what's her name? 12. Did any of those help me understand what could impede like a mental power?
You would have what you picked up is mainly it comes up as a natural ability or it'd have to be a magical item that would
Well, the dragon's still here. Let's ask if they know of any way to impede. We could use the staff, couldn't we? To
Well,
control.
I thought the staff only controlled other dragons.
no, it has advantage on controlling dragons, but it does do command against all creatures.
Ooh.
Or it targets a single creature. I think it has. I can check, but I believe it has like 10 charges.
Well, I definitely think one of the charges would be a good use here.
Well, that sounds good. Bring a mind flayer down.
We could find some way to give them a distraction to make it harder for them to pass that check. Like outside of game, harder to pass that check, but inside game, some way to distract their mental focus while the dragon then sneaks up to use that ability on them.
10 charges. Expend 1 charge to cast a command spell. The dragon has disadvantage on the saving throw if it targets the dragon. It gains 1d10 charges at dawn.
It's got to have a good save against mental effects, right?
I would imagine so.
Would it be smarter for the dragon to? I hate to ask them this but would it be smarter for us to have the staff temporarily during this fight? So just in case the mind flayer gets a hold of the dragon and then the dragon has to, like, we could use the staff to fight back against that control with advantage.
I see what you're
After
saying.
the thing's dead, then we give the staff back to the dragon.
You just have to convince the dragon to.
Well, we want them to be trustworthy. We'd hope that they think we're trustworthy. But in the event that this goes poorly and they take your mind, having the staff in the hand of the person who we'd need it to get them back in the fight would be complicated.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dragon? Was it Mr. A? He's like, no, I've changed my name.
No,
I'm
he's
Jamarique now.
He's in dwarf mode holding the staff right now.
It would be a good way to protect you from a secondary effect that would trap you. You just have to trust us. I know.
Give me a
oh God,
persuasion check.
let me open my dice roller. Persuasion.
Yeah. Any way I can assist on that?
Everyone want to assist? How about
Everyone can roll their own.
I'll roll. 16.
8. Anyway, I can hold your stick for a little while. Give it a little pinch. Edit. Sorry.
What was the charisma checks?
That was a 16 for me.
Okay. Give her
8.
The dragon or the dwarf just kind of like shakes his head, and I trust you all enough to fight with you against the mind flayer. The mind flayer is the great threat, but to put myself at that kind of disadvantage, or any dragon, in the hands of a young race. He shakes his head.
Fair enough. I just hope that everything goes well, because if anything goes poorly, then I don't know how we'd break you out of it.
I suppose we may just have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
That's a long bridge.
I understand. Well, it sounds like that's the best plan we've got then. We'll use the staff against the mind flayer, drag him down here. Our dragon friend here can, at the very least, perhaps shut everything back off to keep it from getting out. Worst case scenario, if we do fail, at least the mind flayer will be trapped down here. Whether it has the staff or not at that point would be irrelevant.
Interesting point.
But
What is there a way that we could? Oh, I'm sorry, Adri.
I was gonna say Victor has some spell scrolls also.
so from an offensive standpoint, what does that get us?
He has this weird mischief spell. I'm just gonna like grab Victor's backpack.
All right,
'Cause that's
you
where
grab
he is.
Victor's backpack.
With him still in it.
The two scrolls he has in it is Nethar's Mischief and Comprehend Language.
Mhm.
He is loaded. He's only used one of his spell slots. He is loaded with 2 level 2s and 4 level 1s and a few cantrips. Nefar's Mischief, what it does is
It makes a noise.
it does all the time. You fill a 20-foot cube. You can see within range. Range is 60 feet. You roll on the you fill it with Fey and Draconic magic. You roll on the Mischief search table to determine the magical effect. You roll again at the start of each of your turns until the spell ends. You can move the cube up to 10 feet before you roll. Duration is concentration up to a minute. You roll a d4. The first one is a smell of apple pies. It fills the air. Each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom save or become charmed until the start of the next turn. 2 is bouquets of flowers appear all around. Each creature in the cube must succeed on a dexterity check or be blinded until the start of their next turn, as the flowers spray them with water in the face. 3, each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or begin giggling until the start of the next turn. Giggling creature is incapacitated and uses all its movement to move in a random direction.
This is the strangest fucking spell I've ever heard.
4th is drops of molasses hover in a cube, making it difficult to move until the start of their next turn. Well, when you combine Draconic and Fey magic, it
Weird shit happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a weird. No, I mean it's a weird spell for him to have. He's just like, it'd be fun.
Well, he stole it from the Draconic Archives in the Mage Tower. He was aiming for another one, but that's all he could get before he got caught or before he had to get out or getting caught. He wanted the Draconic transformation, but
yeah,
No.
very good.
So Victor could cast that, or one of us could cast it from the scroll.
Sure.
I just I don't want Victor nearby in case things go bad. I want to make sure that he's able to get away.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna look at Victor to like make sure that he realizes that he understands what I'm saying.
yes.
have you guys told Victor you guys are going up against the Mind Flayer?
No.
I feel like he's probably gleaned that from the conversation we've been having right in front of him.
Right, but I don't think that we've actually sat down to talk to him.
He's already a little shell shocked from the fact you guys put him in front of a gold dragon downstairs. He's kind of been more quieter than normal this rest of this time.
Victor, this is going to be the best what I did on my summer vacation essay that you write
That you can't tell.
that you can't tell anyone about.
Yeah, just write it in your journal and then burn it.
Yep.
This is the like real heroes don't always get the renown,
Mm-hmm.
This is a good test for
Yeah.
you.
Consider this a mighty assist.
Right, you're like the Scottie Pippen of Dragon Mind Flayer battles.
The who?
Scottie Pippen.
Uh.
It's related to one of the hobbits.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well.
He nods. Well, you weren't going to let me keep the scroll anyway from stealing it, so.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Well, then, Kavir, does that mean we need to go topside and let
We should get the
Adrian.
nimble right, and you could heat up the metal on the nimble right and have him hug him, like burn hug. Like
I think it would
like
hurt
just-
I think it would hurt Nim.
Oh.
I think Nim would probably melt before he had the opportunity.
Well, yes. Okay, so also the dragon has breath weapon and claws, so it's not like it's not a decent combatant, right?
Right. Well, I
In a
mean,
hallway?
I look at it this way. We get the mind flayer down here. We've got the staff. If the staff works to control him, then we've got it that way. If not, this party spell over here, or whatever the hell that thing is, should be able to lock him down in some way, shape, or form, and then we just roast him.
I like that the party spell. That's what it's called. Call it techno cube. Cube of ecstasy.
Oh. Well,
So this is going to be a side thing that I'm going to talk about for just a second. Why is it that HBO thinks that all high schoolers are having like sex orgies and doing like drugs
you mean they
like
aren't?
at nightclubs? I was in high school for a long time. I like to think I was a pretty cool guy. I was like partying and doing stuff, but I didn't like.
Because all those kids
Go
that
to-
grew up watching MTV are now running HBO.
Mm.
I didn't go to raves and fucking like what, like everything's purple and fucking blue lit, and I'm just like, what's going on?
I mean, how long did Real World go
fucking
on
high
for
school.
back in the day?
Long time.
Like when I was a kid, the unbelievable high school was the Power Rangers, who never went to class and always wore the color of the Rangers. And there were 5 of them, and nobody ever put anything together. And they had a juice bar in their high school. It was like, give me a fucking break. You're never in class, and you're always hanging out at a juice bar.
Yeah.
Why even set it in high school at that
Yeah,
point?
high
What's even the
schools-
point?
High schools are never that cool. They don't have that kind of stuff. You know what they have? They've got a couple of vending machines that don't work and steal your money. They have bathrooms
Right.
that smell like piss and shit. And everybody there would much rather spit on you than talk to you.
You
There
had
is no drama.
bathrooms?
There is no, I know.
I think you went to a different high school.
Maybe so.
He went to
Stonehenge
No, it
Academy.
Spitty you. No, I just
Sorry.
mean that if you were to
No, yeah.
believe HBO, you would think that every fucking high school is like directly next to a strip club or something. It was just like,
Oh,
it's
shit.
just like these wild raves and parties and
Yeah.
Shit,
everybody's.
dude, Varsity Blues, fucking Saved
Yeah.
by the Bell. Fuck.
All of it.
What is going on with those places? Like what was
She's
the
all
new
that.
one? Rachel, what's the new one on HBO? The one with
Euphoria?
Zendaya. Euphoria, that's
Euphoria.
it.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
This is just, it's like every scene. I've never watched it, but all I've seen is the scenes, the commercials, and it's just a bunch of people like, it looks like the nightclub from Batman Beyond. It's like, what's going on in there? Sorry, I just,
Everyone's depressed, on drugs, having sex, and anorexic. That's pretty much what I take away from that
it's
show.
crazy to me. I'm like, man, I want to go to their high school. Their high school looks fucking awesome. My high school was a piece of shit in comparison.
That'd be really weird to do that in your 30s, though, wouldn't it? People would probably stare at you kind of odd.
We had metal detectors in our doors. Like,
Oh, fuck.
people were
I mean,
doing ecstasy and
what was it?
fucking
21
trig.
Jump Street? It worked for them to go back to high school.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, nothing weird about those shows. They didn't age
Right.
poorly.
Nope.
Okay. Sorry. Okay,
All right.
back to the game. But I was just curious though, when we talked about the nightclub cube, like, you know,
Well, maybe that's
Maybe.
what it is. They have one of these scrolls.
establishes a fucking high school like One Tree Hill. Just like throws it and it just deploys. Everyone gets a little drugged up and starts fucking each other, and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. What season are we on? 4? Everyone's fucked
Yeah.
everyone. We got
It's
a new
called-
cast member in here, so we can start mixing it around.
Yeah, it's called Abercrombie and Fitchifying. It's on a level 3 spell.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
David,
Yes.
the abilities that a mind flayer has, are they considered spells?
Spell like abilities, right? I think they're spell like abilities.
The abilities of Mind Flayer from your guys studying. Hold on, I'm juggling like 4 books right here.
Okay. The reason I
Um,
ask is because I have a spell that would ward me and make it harder for me to be the target of harmful spells. But I don't know if that would do anything against like what a mind flayer's abilities are.
That roughly comes down to 2 things. One, technically the abilities are registered as psionics in the innate spellcasting of the actual normal creature.
Okay.
Unless I was running the variant Arcanist Mind Flayer, which then actually dips into spellcasting.
Okay.
So.
And we don't know which one he is. Okay.
Do you remember fighting the original one?
I remember
happened in the first battle?
I remember Kavir getting mind blasted.
He did use the mind blast.
And then he left because he was like, "You guys are scrubs."
So.
Scrubs, I survived. Fuck off.
Psionics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will not.
Yeah, I decided not to go dick mode and give him like 5th level spell slots all the way through.
He had to pinch himself just to go. Sorry. All right.
So.
All right. Okay. So I'm not going to use that spell.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about a hallway, right? When you shoot your lightning out of your gauntlets, does it work like the lightning spell? Does it bounce off of stone?
Not in the spell description. However, I believe David has kind of interpreted it in an interesting way.
I interpret everything interesting.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so does yes or no?
I mean, it depends on how David looks at, not as it's written.
But it shoots a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah, it shoots a lightning.
Like the spell lightning bolt?
It just shoots like one, like, I mean, it's not like a giant line. Like it can go up to like 300 feet, but
Good grief.
it's
Does it work as lightning bolt the spell?
it doesn't say it does.
Does it say lightning in the description, or do you choose an energy type?
It's like it's a lightning launcher. It deals lightning damage.
Okay. Well, then that makes sense that it would function as lightning, right?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a chain effect, but no, it does reach out like a bolt and light up the room and
So if someone were
shoot out of things.
if someone were standing between two walls of a hallway, D-Walk, and someone were to shoot a lightning bolt on one side of it, it would hit the person, hit the wall, and then what happens with the extra range? Are you the DM that is of the scientific mindset that it bounces back? Because I've seen both. I've seen one that says once it hits, it disperses like a ground. But I've also had a DM fuck me up real bad by being one of the ones that says, well, it will continue its path and reflect back, which is why
I've hit people with it before and it stops at them.
Okay.
Yeah. The way we've done it actually no, because she's almost hit you guys as it's arced. Didn't she fry one of you guys shooting the enemy?
She's hit one of us before.
I don't remember.
Did it continue
Nate.
through you?
No.
No.
It stopped at you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when it hits, it disperses at where it hits.
All right, I'm sorry, Rich. I was trying to get you a really cool maneuver where you could just stand in the hallway, run next to him, shoot it, and then keep moving, and it would just juggle them.
Ugh.
They get an attack of opportunity, but it's worth it.
At higher levels, I would have no issue her tweaking the cannon to do stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I
you
let a
could stone
motherfucker
shape
smite
a
a
wall
motherfucker
behind
with a
him and then-
motherfucker, so
That'd be a cool team up cast, like stone shape, like a circular hoop, and then shoot a ball of lightning as it forms around it, and it just kind of juggles around inside there like a pinball machine.
wouldn't like a U-shaped metal rod almost do the same thing? You hit one side of the metal rod, comes out the other side.
Yeah, it depends on the arc. You'd have to be very precise to hit it so that it would just juggle back and forth straight. On a curved surface, it would eventually get out of whack. Okay, well, we're gonna try to control him. If the control doesn't work, is there a way that we can disrupt his ability to have natural defenses, give him a disadvantage on his save? Maybe we could like yell math problems at him and get sidetracked.
That only works in one movie.
27 divided by 14.
That was a great damn movie, dude. I love that movie.
I don't have anything that can really interrupt his casting
I don't.
ability.
I don't either.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to hope for the best and unload with everything we got.
Well, since we're going out, we could always find some way to do that. Stop by a store, pick up a scroll of something that could maybe distract.
You do find 2 potions in his bag as well that he was hiding from you guys.
Which was
They're called potions of advantage.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
oh boy. Well, how MacGuffin-y.
Actually, if you really want to see it, it's on my notes right here.
No,
I know.
no. I know. I'm
Like
just
your
giving you a hard,
stretch thing.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, so
Potions of advantage. I'm going to imagine that
when you pop one, you have an hour to activate an advantage on an attack or a save or a check of your choice.
just
Right
once.
on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's advantage, it's not disadvantage for him.
No, but it's advantage for you.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on the fail
Well-
a save. It would be a mental save, right? A wisdom.
Actually,
save.
there is a way to do it, but you need a warlock.
There's
They
another
have
way to
a
do it.
bestow curse spell
Oh.
or cantrip or level 1
Oh.
or something.
A witch could do it from Pathfinder 2. Hex. Let me think. What else? There's probably a natural way to get you a disadvantage on a wisdom check. We just got to set up the situation. We could stress them out. Maybe if we still have those no, we killed them, didn't we? The little worms.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Because this would be a perfect opportunity to use one of those to put him into an emotional state before
Well, yeah.
we like, hey, look what I found. Squish. And then he like, oh my God, you killed my friend. And then then hit him with the rod. Maybe we could work him over as we're walking into the place, ask him questions about why he's separated from the main brain and why he's here, and see if we could get him emotionally compromised,
Good try.
like in the Star Trek movie.
Is
with
there
Spock?
yeah. Is there any kind of spell that
My character has opted out of answering this question. He has no fucking idea.
I'm trying to understand if there's somewhere we could go, or maybe even Victor would know of any kind of spell that basically acts like a reflector. Like if he tried to hit us with something psychic, could you bounce it back to him and
A psychic
scramble his brains or something? Because I mean, otherwise, we don't have a shield. We don't have any way to interrupt his ability. So, is there any way to reflect something back, or because if we can't suppress it, then the next best thing would be to redirect it.
Victor gets this evil little smirk on his face.
I thought you might do that, you little. What you got in mind?
In the archives,
Uh-huh.
there's an ancient shield.
Oh.
Dates back a couple thousand years
Oh.
from the time of troubles.
Mm-hmm.
It has an effect they call mirror, where it reflects one spell back at its caster.
Look, I'm not down with the theft, and mirrors make me nervous. But you did say the word shield, and you know how much of a fan I am. But I don't think that this is like, we have too many
It's
people.
not as big as yours.
We'd have too many people in on it if we went for it.
Okay.
If we asked for it nicely to use it, they would. Yeah, I think we would just have to manage what we got and
All
just
right.
hit them hard and fast.
Well, then let's do it.
Okay.
So you two
Hey.
are gonna leave to go try to find it and bring it here?
We are.
Okay. And so I'm gonna stay here with Mr. A. And
Maybe you guys could talk to the tree to notify them so we don't have to deal with that on the way in.
Well, my thought was if there was something you could do to prepare the area or set something up, but it doesn't sound like that's necessarily an option.
Well, you could set up the trap to try to catch him. Just because if he's not moving around, that makes it easier to get him.
yeah. I'll have to
There are traps in the vault that you guys have triggered or not triggered.
True.
Would you be able to disassemble one of those and move it?
I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know when you guys are coming back.
Well, we could take a full rest before we go out to do this, just so we're all full. I would hate to go into this like half-cocked, so to speak. What do you think?
I could try. Wonder if there's.
I mean, it's all engineering. It's dwarven engineering, right? You're familiar with it.
Yeah.
They had 4 dwarves who worked down here to put this thing together. Clearly, they were able to manage it.
Look over my my infusions.
What do you think, D-Walk? Is this a plan of action that's worth looking into?
Luring it down there to do the battle down in the vault.
No, I just mean like these types of traps. Would they be engineering? Like it's a dwarf, so I'm assuming that they have a lot of engineering in the formation of the traps.
Yes.
I want to be here with Adri to assist and also render medical aid if things go properly. You know how stuff can get.
I could. Okay. If you guys can give me 4 hours, I could.
That's the half of the time you don't need to sleep or meditate.
That's right. So I'll have to take away one of the infusions that I have going right now, but I could make a rope of climbing, which is a 60-foot rope that can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Ooh.
And then when you speak the command word, the rope animates. So we could do something with that, maybe. I mean,
I thought there was going to be a more developed plan. Then maybe we could do something with this rope I can make.
Well,
I make a rope.
I assume you're trying to
like immune to like psychic damage, right? Because it's a rope. It doesn't have a mind.
That's true. And the idea is to time up.
And we could,
Rachel.
or we could like hold something heavy on it because it can hold 3,000 pounds. And then when the mind flayer is standing under it, we say, "Hey,
we have that
rope,
dome.
let go of the thing."
D-Walk, how much did you said that thing was like 500 pounds, right?
The big brass dome.
There are. Yeah, you have 6 domes in the room. They're 5,000 pounds.
Easy.
Or 500 pounds. My bad.
I can grab
David trying to bump up the.
No.
Did I say 5? It was 5,000 pounds.
I'm sorry.
It
Did I say
6,000.
5,000? I meant 42,000.
3,001. We're gonna go Price is Right rules here.
The weight is wrong.
Also, by the way, the spells. I want to make this point. When someone says on a device that it has 20,000 miles before it becomes defective, it doesn't mean at 20,000 it explodes, right? It just means that after that it's unreliable, right? So if her rope says 3,000 pounds, it's probably like 3,400. But they had to rate it at something. They were like, "Don't do anything over 3,000." It gets a little iffy after that.
It starts making a noise after 3,000.
The check rope light comes on, and then you're like, "Oh no!" Yeah.
So
did we take the oil?
Okay, so yeah, maybe we could do something with the dome, and then I mean,
put it on the ceiling, suspended by the rope.
Yeah,
and then as soon as he comes in, we dash to the side. It drops down on him.
It squishes him.
No, it's a dome. It'll trap him.
True, and
then we stand on top of it. The dragon could stand on top of it.
We could. So if we lift the dome, and then somehow like push him in, then we just use a command word to tell the rope to drop the dome.
Oh, that's interesting. We could put it right inside the doorway after the door closes behind us, right? When we walk in, we'll have like a little area on the floor that maybe we could mark with something subtle that we would notice, but not them. And then as we're walking through, shout the command word, which would drop the dome right on him. Right? If we wanted, I could even turn around and drop the shield so that he couldn't get past. And then the dome would in place. And the weight of the dragon, the full dragon, could get on top of it and hold the dome down. So it's like we caught a cockroach.
Well, right, but the dragon's not going to want to stay down here now. He's no longer warded, right?
Right.
But he said that he would help us.
As long as he stays out of the actual vault room.
If he goes back into the vault room,
that's where the ward is, and he's going to have to start saving again.
Okay. So we want to avoid the vault for sure.
The main hallway, though, how wide was the dome? You said it was what, like 20 feet, 10, 15?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. 5 foot, 5 foot diameter. So 6 other, each one's 5 foot diameters.
Okay. So, first things first, let me go grab that. Right?
Okay.
Rachel, what were you trying to say?
I was going to say, also, like, whatever the dome is covering, because I assume it's like a pit or something. If we get him near it, I can cast Thunder Wave to try to push him in also.
Right. Are we putting it on the roof or are we putting it on the wall?
Well, my thought was, because if we just like put it over him to trap him, then he's still there. But these like magic pits with the domes, clearly there's something bad going on in each one. So why not throw him down a pit where there's like something bad happening over and over, and then put the lid on so he can't get out, but he's still, taking damage or whatever is happening in there.
Right, because we know which dome goes to the correct chute, right?
Right, but once we take the dome off, isn't the thing going off right then?
Well, it's got to be a quick pull the dome, push him in.
But then when I lift the dome because he's not going to lift it, I'm the one who's going to lift it. Let's just look around the room. I'm lifting this dome. It's going to go off in my face.
I mean, my rope could lift the dome.
I was going to say, could you rig it to where like the rope was already tied to the top or fixed to the dome? And it's like, hey, when we were here the first time, we did this so that we could easily move it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would have to go first. And he would be in proximity of Rachel, who he'd be able to read her mind.
Well, so I don't like the rope works on command words. So
anyone could command it.
If you know the command word. Yeah.
Right. Well, to me, I think that's the best way. I like the idea of Adri, like dome, rope tied to it. He goes in. We use the command word to lift it. She casts Thunder Wave out from nowhere, knocks him down in the hole, immediately drop the dome, be done with it.
And then I can also tell you guys the command word, or at least leave it. So we'll just decide now what the command word's going to be.
Hold on. We're missing a point of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we lift the lid is when the thing goes off, correct?
It would just have to be really fast. I mean, that's what we're...
So
what are we talking about? Really fast. We're going to lift it up. He already has to be standing right next to the dome, right? And we have to be not doing that. That doesn't seem suspicious.
So what we do, we have like the rope set on the dome, but the dome is down, and we don't use the command word to make the rope lift the dome. We act like this is just a regular rope. And then Kavir, you're so strong, you have to walk over to pull the rope and lift the dome. And then someone pushes him in from behind, and then command word, drop the dome.
Maybe you could fly in on the dragon.
I don't know if there's enough room underground to fly in on the dragon.
Well, this is in that big open room. I'm trying to think how you could be off in the distance and then close ground on him really fast so you could surprise him before he was in range to mentally perceive you there.
Oh, I could hide. I can cast rope trick and I can hide in the room. It makes an extra dimensional space. I'll just hide in there.
There you go.
And he won't be able to perceive you through the extra. That makes sense. Okay.
All right.
Okay. See, look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pick apart a plan here.
No.
I'm throwing. This is how we need to plan. We need
Right.
to have somebody
This
be
is a
the
rope heavy plan.
Give them the old rope a dope.
Okay. So I'm gonna rope trick to hide in an extra dimensional space.
We should call this episode "Duck on a Rope."
I'm gonna need, first of all, I'm going to need 4 hours to make this rope.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna need a little bit of time to rig it to the dome, and then something, like a lever or pulley or something that it's attached to, and that's what Kavir will pull to lift it.
Okay.
So we have to go out there and kill a little time.
Yes. And then we need
we need to rest.
The command word for the rope to drop it is going to be crackers. So I need you guys to remember that.
Crackers.
Yes.
Do we want to add an egg to this plan? I know.
That's going to be that's okay. So crackers is the command word to untie. Egg is going to be the command word to tie, in case we need that for some reason. Okay.
All right.
Don't
Eggs
get
and
them.
crackers.
Don't get them mixed up. Also, like, I don't
Crackers
know.
drops it.
Guys, we missed lunch, so I got food on the mind.
Wait, okay, hold on. I just want to
Time
make
out.
sure that
I
I
need to write
got
this
this
down.
right. We're
Which one-
breezing past these command words here.
Which one
Cracker-
drops?
I just
opens
told
the
you. So to untie.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I know what's going on.
Okay.
Crackers drops it.
Yes.
Lifts it.
No.
Crackers
Unties the rope.
and causes
Okay.
the dome to fall.
Yes. Egg is the command to make the rope tie to something if you need to do that.
Okay. So it should already be egged, but
Yes.
then we're gonna have to crack it.
Crackers,
then you,
right?
Then you crackers it.
Goddamn
Right.
crackers! All right.
Dude, sure you don't want to put some raisins in here?
And then I'm gonna find a place in the dome room where I can set up my rope trick. But I'm gonna try to put that in sort of an out of the way area.
Right. And I assume Mr. A is going to be up in there with you as well, right?
I will look at Mr. A.
By the way, that's funny that you said crackers and egg. That's funny. That's funny.
Rain's sitting here thinking, man, you just throw a little crab in there, and that's like a South Sword Coast delight. We're gonna have crab cakes.
Adri's
Next time,
while you guys are
okay.
Adri's like, while you guys are out though, can you also grab like some kind of lunch for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
We'll get a celebratory picnic for
Thank you.
when we're all done with this. It'll be my treat.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. I can bring back food.
No, I don't trust you.
Hey, since we're dealing with the mind flayer, you think calamari's in?
Maybe.
Next time we do a plan, can it be Bula based? Booyah based centric?
We're gonna make a roux. That's what we have to do.
You'll rue the day. Drop the crackers.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
god. Cracker
So,
drop.
shall we?
Cracker drop is the best thing I've ever heard. Operation Cracker Drop should be the name of
I
the
was
episode.
literally writing down Operation Cracker Drop.
That's the name. That should be the name. Operation Cracker Drop. I have a joke, but it has to get clipped. Has to get clipped.
Okay, so another question about the rope that I have to make. So I have to undo one of my infusions. So I can either I'll just take it off my crossbow because
You're not going to use that when you have a lightning launcher.
yeah, I have my lightning launcher, so I'll take off my crossbow infusion.
I might say don't take off my armor. My armor is it's too good right now.
Okay. All right. Mr. A, are you going to there should be space. So the extra dimensional space can hold as many as 8 medium creatures.
And there's plenty of room.
Okay.
I guess I won't be dragging.
Thank you.
Nah, I would suggest that you don't do that. That'd be a tight fit. You'd be like, "Ugh."
Victor,
Yes.
you can also wait in the extra dimensional space.
So I don't have to leave.
Just try to stay. Look, when I cast it, it'll be there for an hour, and you can pull the rope into it so that way, if it's up high enough, nobody can climb up. So if things go really bad, climb up into it, and hopefully once it dissipates and it spits you back out, all the bad stuff will be over.
I was about to ask, what happens if it closes and I'm inside?
It'll spit you out.
Are we talking spitting out like a whale, or like
It will drop you.
his eyes get all big and wide, just like
audio.
Yeah, you're in a little robot-y, David.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe try to cut your video.
Yeah,
but I have a pretty face.
I think so
Sorry.
too. Also, why don't you have
it's
a
why I
butt
used to
cam
watch some
anymore?
OnlyFans.
What's your deal?
What's up?
What's up with the no butt cam? Kind of upset about that.
Oh, they said I can't do it anymore. I can only do the front.
Oh.
So only banana
only
splits.
the front. Hey-o. Speaking of rope trick.
All right, I'm trying to be. All right. Teacher's like, this girl's been trying to drop me on my head since I was born.
Oh no. Audio.
Don't start doing that, please.
You know what I was
David-
laughing about? Well, just because we got to wait time for a minute.
Well, I was
Yeah.
going to say, David, can you restart your computer?
Sure, I'll be back.
Thank you.
I was thinking, wouldn't it be awkward? Well, I'll wait for him to leave so he doesn't hear the plan.
Okay, he's
I was like, wouldn't it be weird if we were walking in here and the mind flayer just started to make small talk, and it was just like, you know what, one of my favorite recipes is? I'm like, New England clam chowder. You know what I like to put in there? I'm like, saltines. I'm like, oh, really good, good saltines. That's right. The dinner cookie. No. We normally call it. Hey, wait a minute.
And he's like, oh man, I've been so busy at work. I just can't get my back to crack.
No, it has to be crackers.
Oh.
I need to get one of those back crackers. No. You know who I hate? White people. Crackers. Am I right? He's like, I heard about this bitch on the internet the other day who made stuffed shells and put egg in there. Crackers, right?
So I hope this plan is actually like useful and
This is gonna
not
go.
ridiculously ropey, complicated.
I
Ropes everywhere.
like the aspects of plans that have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like it's that Rube Goldberg. Let's hope this works device.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think the more Rube Goldbergian we get, the better off we might be. I don't know.
Look, worst comes to worst, we just have to punch the guy in the head until he's dead.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's totally an option. But there is something fun about elaborate plans and then having them go off poorly. Like when we planned that for like an entire episode and a half about Adri on the unicorn and the vampires and everything coming. And we like dug a fucking pit in this house.
That's right.
And we sharpened these barbed rails and put them in the ground, and we like had it covered so that they would roll right across and fall in. And we had like we had holy oils and shit all
Yeah.
prepped. And then they just stopped like 100 yards out in front of the house, and we had to go out there and meet them.
And
Like,
they stopped and they're like, we're not going in there.
like fuck.
Crap.
And it never occurred to me that after 2 days of construction work, they might not enter the house.
Are you sure you don't want to go in? We got eggs and crackers.
Oh shit.
I was sitting here thinking when we were originally talking about the plan, I was like, we're going to drop the dome from the ceiling. And then he's like, well, it's 5 feet in diameter. And I went, okay, but it's a dome, which means it's
Right.
only 2.5 feet tall.
No,
I was about to ask,
Like squish him.
I was about to ask, how tall is the mind flayer? Because you're
Well, my thing though is that it didn't really matter. It's 500 pounds of heavy weight that we had available,
right.
right? It was going to land on him as concave, so he would kind of scoop himself to the center of it when it hit.
Well, it's gonna. I would imagine it would crush him if it's
And that's
only
what I
2.5 feet tall.
and the dragon then coming and putting his hand on top and pushing down would squish him even further. And if he was like hanging out of it, even better, because then there's like bits of it. you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Plus,
we're gonna-
depending on how long is the rope?
60 feet, right?
The rope of climbing, 60 feet.
Yeah. So I was thinking 60 feet is what? That's 10. So the first 10 doesn't count for fall damage, added
Right.
fall damage. But then every 10 after that does.
And I think it's 20 feet inside the room, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Or maybe it's 20 or 30, one of the two.
it'd just be a D6 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking over my like on my artificer infusion stuff, and I was like, what can I do that can help? Wand of secrets, no. Sending stones, no.
No.
I have this armor buff that can like make you better at strength checks, no.
That might actually have been helpful.
snap the mind flayer in half.
Well, no, we just grab that thing and I'll throw it like Captain America's shield
Ah,
down the hallway like a fucking blade. And then everyone that
let's
walked
see.
in with him drops. Like, so Nate goes out to get him, walks him in the door, and then I boomerang his ass.
well, you're putting a lot of faith into Grandpa's reactionary skills.
Well, actually, I don't know how useful this would be for Kavir. So it's called the Armor of Magical Strength.
Right.
This armor has 6 charges. The wearer can expend the charges in the following ways. Either when the wearer makes a strength check or a strength saving throw, it can expend 1 charge to add a bonus to the roll equal to its intelligence modifier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or if the creature would be knocked prone, you can use your action to expend a charge to avoid being knocked prone. Which I don't
Yeah.
think is really going to happen with the Mind Flayer.
Yeah. It's not really a physical.
Because I saw
combatant.
it. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, that strength thing's cool. Oh, but it's intelligence. It would be cool for me.
Yeah, for me, it would just be like, hey, why'd you do that to me? It's like a curse.
When you guys come back with the Mind Flayer, can you maybe like accidentally kick some rocks down the stairs or something, so I know like to cast rope trick for us to get in there, because it only lasts an hour. So
Right.
and
Well,
I don't know,
you'll hear the front door close, right?
I guess.
Either
Well,
that or-
would Mr. A know when?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
He's like, well, I heard you guys open the door when you came in.
Yeah, but not if you're in an extra dimensional portal.
Okay.
No.
So I'll wait for you guys to show up at the door and then I'll cast it, just because I want to make sure, that like it doesn't spit us out like as you guys are coming into the dome room.
You want to get the maximum use out of it.
Yes.
I also think it's funny that now the rope in gym class seems like a really important thing to be good at. Because wouldn't it be funny if fucking Victor couldn't climb the rope?
Oh no!
Just
I was
like,
just
oh.
thinking he's gonna have to like be on Adri's back, and then Adri's gonna have to climb up it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I'm good. Let's go. Let's do a day's worth of rest, and that'll give us time for Rachel, who doesn't sleep, to do her preparations. And then tomorrow morning, after we have crackers and eggs for breakfast. Oh, whoops.
Oh no.
Tomorrow we'll get every last looks, and then we'll head out the door and go get homeboy. Bring him back.
Okay.
All right. Sounds like it's time for an engineering montage.
Clank, 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 clank.
That's
Boom,
excellent.
boom, 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 clank, clank.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there: character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adri the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned.
All right.
Oh, Operation Cracker Drop is when I'm going to meet fucking Dr. Oz. I'm just gonna this is my plan for him.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna hit him in the face with a pipe wrench and then throw some gooseberries on him to try to heal. I know he thinks that those are healing, so
gotta hit him with some of that SIE.
yeah, the berries.
Yeah.
You know, if you chew these cocoa berries, it'll make your butthole not have cancer no more.